written faintly on a page, but silence rules the corners, and the fear becomes a cage. Citizens walk lightly where the heavy boots command, masters of the moment, gripping tightly to the land. Yet even in the shadows, a quiet fire grows, a vow among the people that every tyrant knows. Freedom will come tomorrow, we sing it through the night. Though chains press on our shoulders, our spirits still ignite. Hope is not forgotten, it's the drum beneath our sorrow. We rise, we stand, we hold the line. Freedom will come tomorrow. Those who
Democracy. It's like when you build us. For build us, you take decades, years, months, depending on the money, how much you get. And for we come out Africa, we know say forget money at. So for build us, it's almost impossible for you to say person don't build us within a year. So it takes so much time, resources, sweat, pain, blood for build us. But for make you bring the us scandal, imagine like remember one fine us we been the number one former boss na police na late man now Mr. Kagbo. Is it late? I'm not even recall. Well, then we get that upstate by grammar school about I remember that court, case they go to court and finally that party lost in us. Then say then for broke and candle. I can recall the pain with that pa go through. Because also it take years for bill. It take one green day for bring and candle. Sometimes we go 2 days or 3 days, but you know they ever pass reach 1 week. One time, then bring and candle. Now so democracy time. For build democracy, it takes sweat, it takes energy, it takes resources, sometimes it takes blood. Salon democracy go through lots of crucibles. People then suffer for them. Saloners then lost their life for them. Some people then they spend their resources. We take decades from colonial days up until the time when we get with democracy. So for make one green day, a few years, we kill them or walk and down. It's not easy and it's not fine and not sweet at all. And so with democracy, don't I? See, then we will establish a fact. Say the people of Sierra Leone not been silent about the constitutional review. Sierra Leoneans then not been silent at all across the globe. People then they discuss this constitutional review. Even if they don't understand only, but they understand the important issues that they decide where they know say go affect them. Get civil society organizations them where write position papers for talk about the key issues that we no agree at all with. We get interreligious council themselves do position paper. We get legal entities that we write on that. Concerns been there from different sides, and then we get objections. We get alternative views. We get experts and we explain, we broke down the bill for make people understand. And then give the justification say consequences and go day to electoral democracy if some of them articles, some of them clauses are inside the bill pass with the bill. You might disagree with interreligious council, the civil society organizations will question the bill. You might disagree with the opposition or with critics of the government will come after the bill, the issues that inside the bill we're not okay with. But inside democracy, even when we disagree, we for listen, consult, debate, negotiate, and also necessary, go back now the drawing board for correct what people don't agree with. Now that we call democracy. Unfortunately, the government where we introduce this bill, they listen but then they ignore. If they pass here, he pass here, then he go. They say, "Una try it." Now, so then time. Now that can do with this bill, irrespective of the key issues them where people they mention say they not agree with. In fact, all of the issues and then are issues where people and where if they condemn her, it means they not say this go bring both or we go seize advantage or go affect the constitution, it go affect the democracy. And none of them praise and things that they not say this is going for enhance with democracy. Unfortunately, things that way for enhance with democracy, way for make checks and balance on the executive powers, nine them pull come out like the search and nomination committee. Then things the way they affect with democracy, like the quick PR way they don't replace with the first past the post, and like with the 3 days petition window, the 51% and other issues them we get problem, they retain her inside the bill, they then pass her. But what thing worse, maybe we even forget about the key issues them where Sierra Leoneans across the board don't complain about. But whether that bill they pass, the 1991 Constitution say forget 2/3 of parliamentarians, of parliament. One thing we maybe always know before we reach this sire is that no matter what thing the opposition will do, no matter what Sierra Leoneans will say, this government will be always find a way for ensure say this bill pass. And I'll give the reason why they pass this bill. Then we'll talk now, after we don't get the reason, make we get an understanding. I will show now proof and justification of why I say so. And some of you know that, fortunately, not like first time history in a book when they read them, where any SFP person or sympathizer can write, what you write in the history book, we read and then we posterity believe them. This now technology will help proof make we see everything they happen. No need any possible be influenced by political parties for come tell we what happen with history. Technology don't available. We make anything that happen at salon all day out there. So go bring and come connect the puzzle. So go understand how we get to how we get to today, why we get to how we get to today, and whose side the pattern role they take now, waiting for happen after. Well, me not a prophet so, but one thing I know, they say signs on the wall. Signs on the Wall na a song by Sawaid. But the time I tell you say, you for able to see the signs or symptoms of a sickness before the sickness can happen to you. So if we allow them things here for continue, and if the people will get in country, si don't say, then kill the democracy, then bury them, then it go say before we forget a voice that we country. We go address all of them issues then they as they go.
We fought for freedom, we fought for choice. Now silence grows where we once had a voice. The rules are changing, the warning is clear. Democracy is dying, do we stand or disappear? Or the death of our democracy, who will speak when the people can't? When power takes the people's voice and freedom becomes a distant chant. Wake up, Sierra Leone, wake up. The future is calling your name. If we surrender our democracy, we may never get it back again. This is not about them. This is not about me, this is about the country we leave behind. The people must rise, the people must speak before democracy becomes history. The death of our democracy, who will speak when the people can't? When power takes the people's voice and freedom becomes a distant chant. Wake up, Sierra Leone, wake up, the future is calling your name. If we surrender our democracy, we may never get it back again. The death of our democracy, who will speak when the people can't? When power takes the people's voice and freedom becomes a distant chant. Wake up, Sierra Leone, wake up, the future is calling your name. If we surrender our democracy, we may never get it back again. Wake up, Sierra Leone, wake up, The future is calling your name. If we surrender our democracy, we may never get it back again. We may never get it back again. Never get it back again.
Dear Sierra Leoneans, when these governments come inside 2018, some of we been gladdy. Then get a fine slogan. We make some sense at that moment day. Paupa Salon for better. It sounds so beautiful. It sounds so good. So yes. So we're not being politically inclined. We're not being choose sides. We say yes. If APC don't do their own, now continuity governance. Okay, let's have APC come. They can continue from Musai APC left, so that at least we continue to go better. Each government come, it do for 10 or 15% or 20%. Other person can be below now, each 40%. So we not be mind. We gladdy. Unfortunately, the Paupa master book, the game plan been different from waiting Salon people them get in mind. Salon people don't mind any party who can rule them as long as they're ready for work in the interest of Sierra Leoneans them. Unfortunately, these governments not come for can work in the interest of Sierra Leoneans. Then come for can turn and give. Then come for can turn debts. Then come for can repeat the 1978 one-party rule. And either it look like say na democracy. So why do they project democracy and chuk the things the way in reality na one party system? We go there. And we're gonna justification and gonna things the way happen we should say this side will do today, not by magic. This na calculated plan of the Paupa regime. They came with the purpose and they implement what they come for as we talk. Unfortunately, some people believe say this constitution don't pass. I don't talk earlier. They don't believe say the bill don't pass. We make a gonna yes as I give example of the game plan, and each of them points out the guna and I point out where already don't happen. I just want to connect the dots. Then make we link the puzzle and get the complete, and even make a complete sense of what's not happen now we country today. The death of our democracy. There was a time when a voice was a voice, when a vote was a promise, when the people could choose the road their nation would travel. Oh, there was a time when freedom was not a favor, when truth was not a crime, when asking questions did not make you an enemy. But now we stand at the crossroads, watching the pillars of democracy slowly crack beneath our feet. And I ask, when did our silence become consent? When did our fear become obedience? When did power become more important than the people who gave it? Democracy does not die with a single gunshot. Sometimes it dies quietly. When we stop asking questions, when we stop defending truth, when institutions lose their independence, when the law bends for the powerful, when citizens surrender their voices because speaking feels too dangerous, it dies, democracy dies. One compromise at a time, it dies. But listen, I can still hear the heartbeat of freedom. It is in the mother who dreams of a better country for our children. It is in the young man who refuses to believe that corruption is his destiny. It is in the woman who stands and says, my voice matters. It is in every citizen who still believes that Sierra Leone can be better. So no, let's
democracy not be buried yet. Let us rise before the grave is dug. Let us remember that a nation does not belong to the people in power. It belongs to the people. Our constitution is not a decoration. Our vote is not a gift. Our freedom is not a privilege to be handed down by those who govern us. They are our inheritance. And if we allow them to disappear, history will not only ask who took them from us, history will ask, where were you when they were taken? So let us speak, let us stand, let us defend the truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable. Let us defend democracy, not because it is perfect, not because without it, the people have no peaceful path to correct what is wrong. For the children yet unborn, for the nation we love, for every citizen who ever believed that their voice could make a difference. Let us not become the generation that watched democracy die. Let us become the generation that brought it back to life. Sierra Leone, the choice is still ours. The future is still ours. And the voice of the people must never die.
When they win the 2018 elections, they fight at all costs. Me and not going to argue if they win them sincerely or not. Of course, each time elections happen, people, the opposition, the one way lost, go always challenge, say, na rigged and rigged. But of course, as time they go on over the years, we hear about the president in NEF, in Nisrada, and Mabiose, where they talk say, if them be the way in the sacrifice for make ballot paper. That's not show say there was some rigging will take place. But that's not that we won't come for 2018 elections at all. That's not aside. But then come, then win 2018, whatever way they win, I can't say, but then win 2018. Then take over, and when they come, then come with a particular plan, an end game winner for stay in power for years. For ensure say because the APC them years back in the 70s, where they stay in power for years, then say one for Kantonangi and stay in power for years. Then come in power for ensure say they manipulate whatever, do whatever it takes for retain power. Now, make we break it down further. The first thing, the intention for many puts a plan into action that for ensure say they take over the three organs of government. We all know say inside democracy, separation of power for day. This government, so far from 2018 to date, don't try at all costs for manipulate and take charge of all the three organs of government. The first step we will see are that's at the time where they take seats from the opposition. Una see where they say democracy, like how SLPP don't win 2018 so. Then APC, they say they don't win parliaments, and then get the highest number of parliamentarians there. Then if they're in charge of the parliament, they will not say separation of power day between the executive and parliament, the legislature. Where they help for build with democracy, because anytime where the executive do something with pass mark, the legislature there for check them. Unfortunately, they no say with APC being in opposition, some of them plans that will then come with for ensuring and stay in power for decades, not will take place. So they use force. They use the police and the military to bombo the opposition members them and throw them out. Lock some of them na cell, beat some of them, embarrass some of them, even though not they win. Then because of that, the president, the executive, then they appoints the Minister of Justice. You see how they influence and send the case go na Supreme Court or High Court. They for look into the matter. Of course, they rule in their favor. Thereby, executive is controlled by the SLPP government. Legislature is controlled by the SLPP government. So they don't get too aside. Then we come to the judiciary. It's simple. We say the president signed appoints the judiciary. And unlike other countries, then way, irrespective if the president appoints you, laws and for protect your position, in order to salon. Thereby, they remote control the judiciary, they can remote control the legislature, and they can the president in charge of the cabinet executive. So the three arms of government, they under their control from 2018 to date. That was their plan. That was the setting of the stage for USA we did so today. So then they control of all. So for make tell me how non-independent with judiciary and parliament not ever be examples of our Oguna. Where the case of our aunts come up, the case of Zainab Sharif, the case of Lara Taylor Pierce in deputy, all them cases here come, how we end. It end for BC. The judiciary or the courts, parliament or Lara Taylor Pierce in case go, all pass according to the wish of the president. This was a plan put in motion. In Odonde, the next stage of the next progression of the plan was this. Ensure say they infiltrate the opposition. So what they do, we see they get two members of the All People's Congress were permanently there with them. How that happen, and anything one gets justification for, and I will see another. But we see say permanently they always they vote on behalf in support of the ruling party. Never for the party where puts them there. But that's not a challenge where the opposition face with them for correct and constitution so they don't get such kind mess again. But that's now one way where they infiltrate for weakening the opposition. In not on the OI. The Commission of Inquiry, what they do, they send case and set case per ministers of the opposition. And not say they're not guilty. Some of them might be guilty. Some of them might not be guilty. But I don't know yes scam if them people don't get intention and carry it. When honest, I'm not saying because honest do and matter say for we don't do more. But when honest we can have power, if any case issues them, what they do COI, then send cases against some SLPP ministers, heads of departments there. And that's okay. Say no. According to evidence where they don't give way, people don't give way, don't work with them, wait it happen where they talk. He said no, me no can begin with on people then. Make work come together, make we do the governance, let's say governance for people then. Now this weekend can no concentrate on that. Unfortunately, because that come with a game plan, then do the COI like a witch hunt. Then go after different ministers then when are strong members of the opposition, thereby weakening their strength, weakening their voice in Odonde. You see, say anytime where opposition try to speak against the things that they do, that they send the police against them, they arrest them, they go to CID, from CID, Pademba Road, then at the court for long, because the three organs of government, they under the thumb of the president. And they remote control them, and they puppeteer them. How they want to go? Because this was a game plan. that then put in motion. In order, you see how the opposition don't weaken. Besides the fact say they take seats at the hand, besides the fact say two main members of them now members of SLPP opposition, then still they go after the party itself in various ways. Rules are they put for all parties, then not only the APC, they suffer. We see what happened to the Secretary General, how we end up for make a statement where they all they find the party, they arrest her and lock her up, embarrass them. All Zainab Sharif do the same to them, and the same things the way Lassana Doumbouya and Zainab Sharif do, we don't see where their own members they don't do them, but nothing no come out day. Let us continue. This is the progression of the kind of governance we've had from 2018 to date. They came with a plan, and the plan is still in motion. In Odonde, they realize that if let's say they weaken the opposition, the people in there, if they're not tame, like how they tame dog, they're not tame the people them, then those people will rise against them. This president don't know how they overthrow governments, because instead they don't overthrow a government in power. So he not say the best thing he can do for make control people and for instill fear in them. That's part of the modus operandi. That's so that they operate, and one of their operation for instill fear into people there. Don't forget say when they get in power, before I go to that instilling fear, the first thing they in fact do now for take jobs away from people that affiliate with the opposition. After they don't take parliamentary position from the opposition, then go after them people then. Take jobs of people away and get names of dot westerners then. People away relate, or if you don't keep man or born for person way now opposition member or married to person now opposition member, you no longer business again. Once you are affiliated or you get their surname, then they go after you. Even up to cleaners them, they take job now cleaners they earn because they affiliated to the opposition. That's how the modus operandi continue for CM. In Odonde, as they say, then they instill fear into people then. We see say anytime where the people decide for go demonstrate, for go protest, then they go heavy-handed on them, kill people then. They did that over and again. That was to control. They tame the dog, train the dog, tame the dog. They take Sierra Leoneans like dog and tame Sierra Leoneans them. And then so get and right that Sierra Leoneans are so scared of speaking up. Now few people in the out there were really bold enough, and most of them don't know where they out. Even on the outside, some of them afraid for talk. For even like when you don't talk against a government, you're outside. For me, like you page, some of them they even afraid. That's how much they don't instill fear in the people then. That's a game plan they came with that is still in progression. We see how many people they don't lock up. Then go after journalists then. Then go after civil rights activists then. Critics then. People speaking on issues they are concerned about find themselves either killed, losing their jobs, either they cause them on social media or go after them and then page them, or they end up for finding themselves na CID or Pandeba Road. A game plan in progress. In Odonde, we see say the intention, don't forget the end game and for retain power for years.
This PR system which you chose, which most of us doubted, has proven that our popularity is excellent. It's everywhere in this country. No party can do it. We have got representation in every district. As in other countries like Mexico, the PRI stayed for 76 years. Democratically, it's possible here.
For ensure say waiting APC been get in the past and enjoy in the past, they self-enjoy them. Make we not forget that that's at the end game. But for me, they reach at the end game, then get things they for do, for ensure say, then get total control and gain the years that we have for stay in power until they self-tire. Another thing we see that the census. The census what they use in 2020 for 2023 elections. The census where they say Kenema Bokupas Freetown. That is the dumbest crook thing you can ever do. Thing where Kogo where person say you take when you tell me say I see this color. You say Mia not a black man or Mia na with man. That is the kind of rogue or crook thing where they do where na blatant lie. Where even because born yes I gonna say na lie because Freetown is overpopulated. Now that census day they use for 2023 elections, and now the continuity of the end towards the end game. That census day, even though they do census right now, where go might get some amount of integrity process, they might not end up for use them. They might end up for use that same one when they use for 2023. Usai, Kenema, Bokupas, Freetown. They are Sierra Leoneans. I not say it don't happen, no, but according to the progression of their plan, nothing where they go attempt for do. Now make we see what thing we don't see so far and how them plan they go into place. The intention, not so that matter for hand over to APC. Now you really don't talk and play one say Charles and Prince Adam talk and play no one.
But that's the question is, I say, we have won. Let us continue to go ahead. We just had a academic intercourse with these academic dwarfs. They sent here as observers. I just told the president after our discourse, the EU chief observers, I said, do you think we are going to hand over to these madmen? I said, we'll never hand over to the power to APC. Again, not in this country.
Say they don't ever hand over to APC. So tell me, all the other political parties they don't weaken them, they don't make them not even, like they don't even exist. So right now, only APC, so if they say they will never hand over power to APC, it means now one party system, and that's at the end game. They don't ever hand over power. They want to stay in power until donkey years, one party states. So make we remember, the end game now for ensuring stay in power for decades. Prince Adin say 76 years or more. Then he make a comment say they will never hand over to the APC. We don't get other party way strong enough for challenge the SFP. So if they're always strong for challenging the APC and say no hand over to them, it means say they don't intend for commuter power until donkey years. So how they don't do always what they need for do. They don't take over the legislature, the judiciary, of course, the executive and get them. All three arms of government, they honor them. So that's automatically not even make a one-party state. That's alone, because there is no division of powers, separation of powers in all day. But someone take aside, okay? Now gradually, we democracy don't break. From 2018, when pull by force, use police, use gun, use military for pull voted officials there, power at the end and seats at the end. How they start? Say always had to explain so each day. Now I know say as matter in time they come, they give hand over to another administration, which can be another government or the government. But of course, because the end game not for make them not hand over at all to the APC, then bring in something where people they applaud them for because they don't understand the mindset of the power. They not say Salon and them don't point fingers at APC for we not complete or continue with the constitution. So then bring the constitutional amendment bill, say that they can review them of 2025. Me and you been thinking a good thing. And we applaud them because we see some good things them inside that building. We've been glad. But then smart. They not say that they no where Agata they bet you food, they blow up. It bet you it blow up. So you enjoy not knowing say na penny you get until the breeze stop, they know say na eat them they eat you too. Now so they deal with Sierra Leoneans there. Okay. So then bring this amendment bill where don't come out very good if the government will get good intention. Because most of the things that were inside that bill, they not good thing. For review a bill, laws of a country, it's good. Because some of them they don't become archaic. This is 21st century, so it's good. But their intention was not a good one. So they take the good thing, wrap them for make we see and see a good thing, whilst inside now rotting skeletons the inside. Then shove inside the PR, where them believe say go help them for come into power. Then put 51% so it go easy for make them get the presidential. Then put 3 days windows for petition. The end game for staying at power donkey years. So that's made them bring the constitutional review amendments bill. If they get intention for democracy, it will be easy for make them do. Because one, if we ensure say, waiting people and say, they will take note of them. That is one. Then two, the things will be discussed under the tripartite agreements where go help for bridge the gap between the opposition and the ruling party. They don't take into consideration. But no, these people came with a game plan, and that's what they're gradually implementing. Okay. In Odon, we see, say, inside this year, they introduce a new law. Because they look and say, we don't know all what we need for the years. We get control of the military. We get control of the police. We get control of the courts. We get control of parliaments. Of course, I'm already in charge of the executive. But it's possible for many overthrow we. It's possible for make other members, other political party or sympathizers of the opposition from make after we. Or after what we don't do so for communal power. We need for protect ourselves. If you get good intention, you know they make law for protect yourself after you come in power. Because you know say all what you do now in the interest of the people and for protect the people them, so you know they make laws for protect yourself. When a government or people that get bad intentions, selfish intentions, greedy intentions, evil minds, and then no more gonna say, I do this for please myself, but I don't remember in case I come apart to make laws one thing for protect myself. That's what they're doing. So they're not intent for left power, but they are thinking in case we plan backfire. So they make sure say one, they begin roots out people that were affiliated to not people that were not Westerners them, or were affiliated or related to the opposition, or when the somehow the opposition members them, but then they inside the military, the police, and key positions, then sack them, set them up, whatever they want to do, then they ensure say, they give all their positions them, so people are winning from their own tribe, Southeasterners, thereby protecting themselves. But they not say that's still not sufficient. So after they don't go on after, Northwesterners them from key positions them, either they, if they not frustrate you, then sack you, then whatever you, they don't do all and they not say still not enough. Because remember, this is a progressive implementation of the end game. So everything, they don't be fooled, we're not fooling ourselves. Everything that happened from 2018 to date, not so a standalone thing, not so by coincidence. It's well planned, strategically planned, discussed, and gradually being implemented. Now, after we do so, we get the National Security and Central Intelligence Act of 2026. Where for restructuring, it could have been a good tool for unite the different agencies within the security sector, but what we see they get a special unit for protect them as VIPs. What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Now ask them what they're afraid. Because we get bad intentions. Where a president gets good intention and give all in best, you're not even afraid for walk around in people and smile to them and talk to them. You're not even afraid for engage in people them. You're not afraid. You're not afraid for do everything where they do now is set up for making it look good. It try for please them. But their intention is to stay in power for donkey years. So they put laws them in place. They do things there for ensure say when the time come, It go easy for making mother hand over to in puppets we can take after them. We go protect them and just say whatever wrong they don't do, no one will come after them. And then party will continue in power, thereby protecting their wealth we don't gain while Sierra Leoneans and they starve for its own wala. Now, I don't know. I just sort of not going for other things that don't happen for put together for no say this was a plan that they put. This is a plan that they put in motion. And I don't go too much because my main aim now today and for sure now the implication of this bill. I don't do my last video. I do what on the one I say if this bill pass, there are consequences and everything. But now it don't pass. Let the reality hit the fan. Dear Sierra Leoneans, the bill don't pass. So man go say the bill don't pass because we don't get the real 2/3. One, make una understand something. Me not be ever get out say this bill not go pass. Because I know the people. It's not even about having all APC parliamentarians in the seats of in the words of parliament. Not so that's safe. Elect all the APC people don't day. That's where the end. Because the defend weighs them for ensure say them pass up. Whether APC vote or not vote, that law will have passed. This is a sign because we don't see and don't happen in Parliament before. Any law will come, any issue will come table when they want for pass. No matter what the opposition say, elect set the opposition and vote where the 2/3 not meet, they'll find a way to pass up. They either use by 4. These people, their name Faladen na Paupa. So maybe no say no matter waiting, they will do. But I'm not surprised. Now the speaker instead I make it easy and say the 2/3 not to that 2/3 they will know and this 2/3. Thereby giving him president what he wants. Make we not forget I'll play again where in the speaker say in go sit down for me reduce the powers of the president. You remember the kind of power where a president gets. Get power for hire and fire. Get power for give resources, take resources. Get power for go say you want for go and be what you want for be. Waiting bad. For say at least for make way for bridge the gap, make we get such a nomination committee where we will choose the commissioners then for the ECSL. What's wrong in reducing the power? But no, their end game will be affected if they do that. All the things that we then pull come out from the bill are things that will go affect the end game. All the things that were inside the bill, especially the PI, the 3 days petition of 51%, are things that will make them easy for make them manipulate. Now, dear Sierra Leoneans, implication of having this bill pass is this. One, let us know that darker days are ahead. Imagine we'll get a constitution of the people, when not for the people them, they're able to always do from 2018 to date. Now imagine a government will not say with the PR that he stay in power for donkey years. The time when they not say longer for stay in power for donkey years, then still do it and do so. So imagine now when they not say they could stay protected for decades. Meaning they will do anything they want to do without second thoughts. Most of the things that they do, they see them go X small, they X small, and because they're not being sure if they're going for retain power. But with this bill, we don't pass and if the PR inside 51% inside, 3 days petition when they go swear in, whoever they announce, quick one, it should say there are going to be more difficult days ahead for Sierra Leoneans.
For the death of our democracy, who will speak when the people can't? When power takes the people's voice and freedom becomes a distant chant. Wake up, Sierra Leone, wake up. The future is calling your name. If we surrender our democracy, we may never get it back again.
I'm not going to need for explaining, but as the days they unravel, as time they go, it will show to una will get a better understanding. Another point is this. It means now they don't get the bill where they will give them for men and get the PR. Meaning say automatically the PR go bring in the parliamentarians when they want, and they go retain power na parliament. Then they get them 51%, and get them president, easy one. Then get them 3 days where they rush for swearing them presidents. And for make all these kinds to pass inside 2028 or whatever years, sometimes they can add 2 years. Then now, if this law pass, it means say Mada might even get 2 years more for stay in power. That's the implication of the bill, because the bill introduced instead of 5 years and say 7 years for presidential term, means say they want to add other 2 years for Mada. It means say 2028. Remember one day where we had to be there on 9. What's this guy's name? Charles Moses Mambu sent message say how not to election will take place inside 2028. As I said, that's another proof for sure say this is a game plan that they gradually implement. It's their end game. So it don't show say them didn't know say not to 2028 elections not been there, not going for day at all. Because the plan was that then go extend Mada 2 more years, make it 7 years. So that's another implication. Meaning say Mada might stay in power till 2030. In other day, more continuity and implication of this bill. It means say then when they know the next election they come, but the end game of same power, then they bring in the census what they use inside 2023, where Kenema Bokupa's freedom, then go use them back for the next election, where they give them more way for me manipulate the data and use and say not true because their own stronghold Bokupa's the opposition stronghold. In other, the issues are many. It means say this government go stay in power for long, but we don't forget say. No matter how long the night is, day always comes. Dawn always breaks. Meaning say, one day, we don't know what kind of way through election or other means, if government change, what are the implications of this bill? It means that the next government will come in power, if it's sober-minded and gets the interests of Sierra Leoneans or get good intention, it might just review and back and change everything. But because of waiting this government don't do continuously, the next government, if it be the opposition, then they will say, well, until I want this law, it means say we will continue to forget. Then undemocratic clauses inside the bill where they empower the incumbents and make them stay in power for decades until God in your way can. The issues are many in their Sierra Leoneans. It means that the implication also, another implication where I even almost forget, the process when they take for pass this bill show say, the Constitution of Sierra Leone, the rules of Sierra Leone, the laws of Sierra Leone, not to Salon people and get them, and the governs. The one way the governments and get them. Because if the Sierra Leoneans then gets the Constitution of Sierra Leone, and then they're in charge and they own them, then all the concerns of Sierra Leoneans, they don't capture them, they don't take into consideration, but no. In fact, the Minister of Justice say they never do referendum towards elections. Waiting at the implication of doing referendum where na short term towards election, whose impact it will get in them. There are many more implications, but it means say the major one we turn and say is that we have a one-party state. The implication of this bill being passed is simple. We now have formally, we already done get from 2018 where they take over the legislature, take over the judiciary, take over the executive, have a one-party state. But now we legally, we don't legalize and say that one-party state we get. That's the implication of it. It means say, the key things that we want from 2018 to date, they not even watch them. That's so much power police gets. Where what about the issue about the protest? Not come up because also they're concerned. In fact, one way they for control, we for tame the dog. They are Sierra Leoneans. Even Una, where they in power, no say that's what they talk. But of course, Because today it dey protect una, today it dey support una, it dey give una more power from una sit down. You might disagree, but I don't care what you think. These are the facts I've said, and each of always I don't say now, I don't provide evidence for sure say this was your end game. That's now sitting power for donkey years. And everything I do from 2018 to date, now a gradual progression of una game plan, una they put towards the end game una want for staying power for the donkey years. These are sad realities for our country. We people not ever get say. Instead of a government that serves its people, it's a government that bosses over its people. The issues are many, but dear Sierra Leoneans, the only thing I go say, Sierra Leone belongs to you, the people. If any person is in a power today, now una put and day, or with a firm way for make we think that una put and day. But the reality remains, when you want your country back, you know what to do. When you want your country back, you know what to do. Make una stop for depend on APC. APC will not help you. APC has been paralyzed. Yes, that is what I said. How them paralyze them? Simple taking seats from them, simple putting them in a cell, jail, set case for them, COI, etc., etc. We are not able per APC. Me, na APC member, but today I talk as Sierra Leonean. I know able per APC. Because even when it comes to election, those who APC get for pull or change government, and only the people then. You see, we don't give too much power to leaders there in our country. Where we the people now, we get the power. The government don't take all the power and then get some, so they don't know what. Wait and say Nef court, hard and fast rule. And wait and say. Then we're not done there. After government don't take so much power, we then still depend on the opposition for save we. They cannot always save we. They've tried. They really tried, but they're handicapped, whether by their own flaws or by the craftiness of the power regime. I can't say. I'm not here to discuss that. I could research. Because me they come, I can't talk to them, no research though. Whenever they come, you know, watch all my videos them, I do not evidence and the research because I don't talk not for full people there. And I don't give misinformation. I ain't sure say what they say. It's a puzzle when I will put together and say that to me at the talk. So stop depending on the opposition. They can't help you. Salome, if you believe Salome belongs to you, find a way of removing them if you don't want them. If you want them, then let them stay there. But make them not be say that they force me and set up a trap for make them stay in power because they want to stay in power. If Salome then wants them, then make them vote them in the right way. But if they aren't forced and say for the ball is now in your court, dear Sierra Leoneans. The opposition don't fail before, whether intentional or non-intentionally. The civil society organizations most of them don't disappoint on now few the way trustworthy. The Intelligence Council, yes, they try, but they could have done much more. And many other moral guarantors have failed us. The international community don't fail we also. So now they have go the wait. Now what may God can do and can save you now? It's up to you guys. But this is the reality. Now open one, there won't be a change. Let this bill go na court, go Supreme Court. Not forget say Supreme Court, you are with them all the judges then. Now that give them position, na matter. They are all puppeteers. No government will make any right decision where they against the president. Even though if on the right thing, no. None there. They will not there. Lose their job or find themselves somewhere else. So we're not above. That bill has been passed into law. Let it sink in. Make the reality done on una. Remember, always I'm not go through. And I realize say, you know, there are times I can say, how much more can our people take? How much more? Then you see the letter and King Gladys will say, Sierra Leoneans are so resilient. I hate that word. Because you know they continue to punish people, they suffer them intentionally for your own selfish gains and needs and say people are resilient. So dear Sierra Leoneans, this is the reality. There is a strong possibility of this government being in power for decades. And the implication is that what has been happening since 2018 to date will continue to happen. Meaning, one, you get man Timon or you get man talking on social media or any side, you find yourself by them by road. Two, you not get understand and go do protests, whether I ask police or not, they kill you now. Three, Northwesterners then will continue, not forget job, decent job oppositions. Four, it means say, you know, bread and butter issues, not go ever address, because they know you will address them. Five, it simple means say the division between Northwest and Southeast will continue, that this government, na immigrant come. It was always there, but it was not ever worse or like how it is so right now in Salon. So that's the implication of this bill. You know, don't they? It means say that drug lord, when a son-in-law of the president, he don't get a throne. They don't seal in throne, not to seal. They don't, which word for you? They don't cement in throne. Now be moving chair I been get, it be so as throne. Now with this bill, when there be possibility for make this government stay in power for the donkey, as it means say, the bad name and shame of having bullet just in our country go continue. It's part of us. Meaning say, the drugs cocaine will still continue for coming from a country to other country, bringing shame to our country. Meaning say that kush we don't scatter in our country, not ever hear but till lately go continue. The implications are many. You can write some of them under the comments. Why I don't put the ball back on our court, dear Sierra Leoneans? Make an end on this note for Tona say. Even though I bring come a great news Tona, news were not sweet at all. But there is one thing where the pauper regime and most Sierra Leoneans forget, the God factor. The God factor na thing where we don't make you plan, Like one story the Bible say the king, he don't enjoy, don't drink, don't laugh. They say, oh, tomorrow I will continue to enjoy something of the sort. Then God watch and laugh and say, today I will take your life. So always if you don't plan, the next day, they are alive for make he do himself again. So why is they planning? Why is they plotting against the people of Sierra Leone? Why is they putting their plans, their end game, working towards their end game? They are Sierra Leoneans. I'm not so not collect for you and they say, hey, where do they bring religion come? God be just politics. No matter what you say, even what Honorable Abdul Kabir bin say, we make we pray. No, not pray, no laugh and we make bad comments and wrong comments. Most of them, me, I have a habit on social media where I disagree with you. If I ever engage you civilly, I can do that. But there are most times I can just skip them because I know say, oh man gets rights to in views. But let me share with you. There's nothing in this life we God don't allow. We God not able stop or allow. Let me come to you. There are some things that they suffer where God they do it intentionally, either for our own good or for teach me a lesson. There are some things that because of wicked ways, God they punish me for. So it's either a punishment or God let me but one strength in the way. So a lesson. So una left for take the God factor kele. Una left for undermine. Not even they help them with their evil ways and whatever juju that they use of manipulation for make it glorify themselves over with nation than God. We are a nation of believers, Muslims and Christians. Make we not forget we God. Make we know, like reduce the value of religion inside with politics. Let us not do that. Because trust me, the way the power by don't sit down so, that only the God factor go address them. And today, as at the end, I swear myself and swear all on the way I walk with wisdom, where they fit as civil rights them. If it be not for bad intention, we do what they do so. If it is not for revenge for wrongs, so they do so we. May God make we fail drastically for decades and generations. But we out of the interest of our country, and because of we care about our country, and we dislike injustice, then may the God factor intervene. And may the God factor be a judge between we and them. Then they can have public and speak beautiful words, but in their hearts, behind closed scenes, when they hold their meetings, their intention to stay in power, irrespective of what the people want. If that's not the case, may the God factor be the judge in this case. And here I end. Dear Sierra Leoneans, the ball is in your court, but be emboldened. Una take courage. Una pray. Una do my own bit. Una for do. Una not just lead on easy one. Because trust me, if una feel say things them bad right now, if una feel say fuel dear right now, una feel say no even eat 3 square meters and only one knife right now, una feel say kush boku right now, una feel say bad name for bole just, then una just don't start time. The years ahead are gonna be worse. I'm not a prophet, but if people don't take 8 years, still are suffering, and there's years to people them, do you expect a change by now? Dear Sierra Leoneans, we continue to pray for our country until we meet again for the next edition of Freedom is Coming Tomorrow. Let us continue to put our country first. Death of our democracy, we can awaken our democracy or bury it. It's up to us. I thank you for listening to me. Until we meet again.
They say the land is peaceful, but the sirens never sleep. Where every gathered whisper is a promise we must keep. Homes of the opposition turn to watchtowers of the blue, and every voice that rises risks the tightening of the chain. They call it democracy, written faintly on a page, but silence rules the corners, and the fear becomes a cage. Citizens walk lightly where the heavy boots command, masters of the moment, gripping tightly to the land. Yet even in the shadows, a quiet fire grows, a vow among the people that every tyrant knows. Freedom will come tomorrow, we sing it through the night. Though chains press on our shoulders, our spirits still ignite. Hope is not forgotten, it's the drum beneath our sorrow. We rise, we stand, we hold the line. Freedom will come tomorrow. Those who dare to question feel the knock upon the door, dragged into the darkness for demanding something more. Institutions captured, hearts traded for control. Eyes that once saw justice now refuse to see at all. But still the people whisper, then the whisper starts to swell, a promise to each other that no fear can truly quell. For every soul that's silenced, 10 more begin to stand, bound not by oppression, but by hope across the land. The night may feel unending, but dawn is drawing near, a chorus rising softly through the weight of all our fear. Freedom will come tomorrow, we sing it through the night. Though chains press on our shoulders, our spirits still ignite. Hope is not forgotten, it's the drum beneath our sorrow. We rise, we stand, we hold the line. Freedom will come tomorrow. For silence is a burden, but courage is a choice. And even in the quiet, the heartbeat of the land is calling every dreamer to rise and make a stand.